ready to bring on the extra centre-half and say, hey, we're going to show this thing up. We're going to go 5 at the back. We're going to ensure they ain't going to go with anything crazy. So I think that's kind of, the vibe.
Goals change games. That's a known fact. And that's when you could see that was the first time that probably Fulham put Liverpool on the back foot and then had a spell where the intensity rose. They was getting numbers into the box. I think what killed it for Fulham was the subs. I thought the timing of the subs from Liverpool really took the sting out of the game and took the sting out of Fulham's sort of attacking.
The bringing Kanate on, bringing Bobby Clark on, and just kind of
really. I think it was really, whether it was done and planned or it was effective, and it really sort of put Fulham back a sort of a few notches.
There's nothing worse than when you get it in your groove and you're feeling like we're about to get back in this, guys. I can smell it, I can sense it, and then they bring on an extra centre half, and you're thinking, I feel like there's bodies everywhere now.
Yeah.
The spaces that were once there during the game and the opportunities that you felt you could create, there's a body there now. There's not space on the wings anymore. There's not space in those central areas. And Mick, what would you say about that?
No, I fully agree, because the only space that was left was in their defensive third. So that's why you saw the game get a lot slower, because the centre halves were standing on the ball, but looking forward to see if there was more space. But there was too many bodies in the front line because of the fifth player. So the centre halves are kind of like passing the ball in between each other, giving it to Paulinho, and he was holding on the ball, trying to look forward, but he couldn't really see nothing there either, because he could see bodies. So there was a good 5 minutes, from the 80th minute to the 85th minute, where the centre halves had the ball majority of the time than the ball actually going forward.
So sometimes those fans will go, why didn't you do that earlier?
Yeah.
And why couldn't you have gone a bit earlier at them, say from a Fulham perspective? But I'm guessing, A, it's not as simple as that,
no.
And B, it's not as easy as that.
Well, they're coming up against a very, very good team with good quality individuals that just couldn't match their levels on the day. Fulham looked dangerous tonight when they got into wide areas and got balls across the box, and especially when Liverpool went to that back five, they just couldn't get them spaces down the sides to get balls in. So overall, you have to say that Liverpool deserve to go for it.
Because there were also periods in that second half when we were all sitting here going, as Fulham had pushed forward, and all of a sudden Liverpool were breaking with maybe a 3-on-2 or a 4-on-3.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not going to lie to you, I was on here, I've got Dan here, I've got Steve here, and they were like, Steve's obviously supporting Fulham, he's obviously supporting Liverpool, and I'm like, let's not go extra time.
Let's take a look at the Liverpool goal again.
Yeah, it did, and again, watching from the sidelines, Jurgen Klopp's done an amazing job there. He's seen it. He's gone, how do we deal with this? Because Fulham were getting on top. It was a spell where they was probably their best spell of the game. How can we nullify this? Right, let's put the subs on. Let's kill the spaces, and it killed the game off. It worked perfect.
Congratulations. Your smile says it all. Another final to look forward to. You must be delighted, aren't you?
I am. It's fantastic. So obviously, we had the experience before. We know what to expect. It's outstanding. It's fantastic. It's fantastic for our people. Again, Chelsea. Wow, what a story that is. But for tonight, I told the boys now, never, ever, ever in life you should take for granted that you're part of a football club and a football team who can win trophies. That means you have to qualify for finals, and we're obviously the lucky ones that we are part of it. What the boys did tonight was again exceptional. It was a full cup experience, that we say like that. Early goal, really good first 30 minutes. Opponent came up, their own stadium. We did a bit less, they did a bit more. Open game, second half, they start a bit wilder. We controlled it after that again. Don't score, leave the door open. They walk halfway through, equalizer, and then we have to hope a little bit that nothing happens anymore. But the boys did really well. I'm really happy with so many things. And in the end, the only thing what counts is we are through, we are qualified, and it's a big night. And for the very young ones who had played an incredible role in the whole journey, it's so cool to see them in the dressing room now. It's fantastic.
Everyone played their part, as you said there, but Luis Diaz really with that all-important goal. You have so many different players that just keep to be rising to the occasion this season. That must be so pleasing for you across the campaign.
Yeah, you got man of the match, obviously. And I told him already, man of the match should have scored 2 goals and must have 1 assist. So then we are halfway home already. So that's the thing. But no, you're right. They're all exceptional. They all work extremely hard This was not a night to shine or whatever, to play a bit of fancy football. This was a night to qualify for a final. And look, when you heard the press conference of Marco yesterday, and how much it means to Fulham, and that they really want to go there and stuff like this, and then we come here, we have to prove that point as well, and we did. These boys want to win. These boys want to qualify for big finals, and we did tonight, and absolutely special.
Yeah, you've been navigating through such a difficult period in your season with a number of really important players missing. But to now have this final as a focal point, that must feel like something really important you can work towards as you continue to get players back.
There's absolutely everything great about the Carabao Cup final. The only problem is in the middle of the season. So let me say like that. So we cannot focus on that final. We have a week, hopefully, or maybe 3 days. I don't even know what the game is before. And to qualify, to focus on that, around that, we have to be focused on all the other competitions as well. That's what we will do. But it's, I think, around about 4 weeks or so, is it? So we have, what does it mean, 12 Premier League games in between, and a FA Cup game and all this kind of things. So it's all fine. It's really perfect. It's so difficult. We only qualified. Oh, it's the third time we qualified for the final, actually. Oh, that's cool. So. And Wembley is a special place, and I'm really happy for everybody involved that we can give the boys that experience again.
Well done tonight. We'll see you at Wembley.
Absolutely, loving everything about his job.
He's excited for the challenge, you know, with a new group of players to coach and to help them to grow, to improve as footballers. And he's been in so many finals at Liverpool Football Club and helped the team be successful over the last however many years he's been at the football club. So I think for him now, it's about having a new crop of players to be able to be successful with them and win trophies with them. And that's his challenge. And as you could see, he was delighted with the victory tonight, and he's looking forward to the final, as he said as well.
So his experience, and we can see it on the screen there, his own experience in semi-finals, he can then feed that into the young players. So what makes him so special around semi-finals time?
I mean, I can't give his secrets away, but what I would say is I think knowing how to get players prepared, ready, mentally, physically, on the training pitch, tactically, I think for him, that's one of his biggest strengths, you know, to be able to do those types of things. And he's got senior players in the team, the Virgil van Dijks and players like that, who are helping these new players and the younger players coming through to be successful too. So you've got the perfect marriage of a top manager and also top senior players in the squad. And I think when you gel those two together, it breeds success.
I think where he's so good is where he just simplifies the game for the players. I think tonight, that he just said there in his interview, tonight was not about the fancy flicks and the fancy football. It was literally about getting the job done. And I thought defensively off the ball, I thought Liverpool was superb tonight. Individually, the way, the intensity that they hunted down, they went in packs. When they won the ball, the turnovers, then they broke like the red arrows. I thought off the ball, the work rate to every single one of them was superb.
You know, another thing as well, when you listen to his interview and he talked about Luis Diaz and he's saying, yeah, he's man of the match. But you know what? He could have got another goal. He could have got another assist. And that's the kind of manager he is. He's not going to be content and happy with saying we drew 1-1 and we got through. It's like, no, we could have gone out here and secured the win. And then maybe I could have made more substitutions, saved the legs. We've got so many games coming up, this, that, and the third. So the key for him is he's a winner. Yeah. And he wants to win games and he wants the best out of his players.
You can see what he did. That's because even in the last 10, 15 minutes when Fulham was starting to get into the game, you could see like where Liverpool like to play a bit of football, play from the back, but it kind of got to a stage where they're like, no, we're not going to play. We're just going to stick it down in the channel, get you guys to come try and break us down. We're not going to try and lose it here or do anything where it could put us in jeopardy. They were just putting it away, going, you're all right, try and break us down.
In amongst everything Daniel said about what he does with the players and how they're prepared on the training field, is there also an element of keeping the young players relaxed when going into a semi-final? I mean, we go back, you were in a semi-final last year. I don't know, are young players coming into teams now with all the confidence because of how they've been brought up in the academies and it's just another game? Or is there an element of, hang on a minute, you know, this is big. We need to keep them relaxed.
It's always going to be big. It doesn't matter if you're a senior player or if you're a young boy coming through. A semi-final is always going to be big. You're always going to feel the pressure. Some people get nerves, some people don't. Different players, affects different players differently. But it's all down to how the manager puts you on the field. He puts his trust into you and for you to go out and do it at the end of the day. But as long as he has planned out the game and made you feel like this is what you need to be, know your position and do everything right before it comes to the game, then he's done enough for you to go out there and do your job.
He would have learned, and he probably still is learning so much from his squad this season, especially I think the European campaign has probably been a blessing in disguise for some of these youngsters.